chat. Thanks a lot. Welcome on in. Thanks for the like. I appreciate it. I hope you're good. All that. Take care of yourself. And ads. Kane, hi. How are you? How tired are you? That's the question. I am very much tired, but also weekend was okay. Not the best, but okay. Stoney, what do you mean? I'm debating getting rid of it on Discord just because it's too obnoxious. I feel like it's too much. We are talking about the profile picture, right? That's the thing. Aiden
J. Bennett raided my stream with 9 viewers.
I just started. How was your stream? How is you? Welcome on. For anyone who doesn't know me, I'm AOA, the helping designer, so if you have any design question, feel free to ask. I know it's a very different topic than what Aiden is doing, but yeah. Right, design stuff, important. Same shit. Anyways, it was good, that's good. Your TV's also looking at me? Damn, not good. Not good. Kane, you like Dua Lipa? Interesting. I don't know who they are anyways. So yeah. But for anyone who doesn't know Aiden, developer just started streaming not so long ago. And yeah, go follow if you want to. Of course, dev stuff. And Aiden said it fixed his audio, so that's good. But yeah, we do a lot of shit like these transitions in here. And yeah, I hope you're good. I was complaining before you raided. And Sassy, hi, welcome on in. How is you? How was your weekend? And yeah, Kane, it's Monday and I'm already tired. I mean, I've been tired always. So Sony Twitch on its own just has the alien one, the very bright green one, and the
Militaryman is now following.
Thanks a lot for the follow. I appreciate it. Welcome on in. I guess you come with the raid, but if not, how did you find the stream? So yeah, it's just Twitch overall has the non-animated one. However, if you are using 7TV, then you get the flickery thing. But it's too much. I don't know. It feels too much. That's a forehead. That's a big forehead. Anyways, right? It feels like too disco. So I don't know. I don't know yet. Maybe we can get rid of that. Maybe it's too bright. I have a second one that I haven't made yet, which is, well, way bigger. But I think it's too fast. I think I need to have them fade in between, right? Rather than getting them to just flash. So I think a fade would be better. No, it needs to have like movement, and my branding on, like, my name is green, my avatar color like green, but like my entire channel is green if you have the access to that thingy. So it makes no sense for me to go with the red one, even though most of the thing that we have on different themes sometimes have a lot of red, pink, raspberry one. So I don't know yet. I do not know. And Aiden, yes, voice meter is the thing that you need to avoid. Sorry, it's like I'm delayed as fuck. And Sassy, I'm sorry for the headache. I know how long headache are, well, long and annoying, so don't. Drink water, right? Water and ibuprofen, Doliprane, things I forgot. What's wrong with voice meter? Voice meter is great. It's just a pain to set up. That's the only thing, right? The UI of it being so so much, basically, right? Right, this is the tool that you get, and as someone who streams, all of that is way too much. You don't give a shit about all that. You just need routing, like routing, and Robin's fine. Hi, good morning. You just need routing, right? That's the only thing that you need. But you have your fake input 1, 2, 3. So that's first of all it's limited to 1, 2, 3. You can potentially add more, but it's a bit fucking annoying. And then you can modify things, but it makes no sense. Like, you expect the voice thing and the modulation to be affecting the one that are in, but technically they could be placed to any of them. So there is like a lot of things going on when that happens. However, when you have like the Wavelink software as an example, that's, as a streamer, that's what you need, right? You need routing for the thing that you want, and then volumes, and that's it. And so that makes way more sense compared to what voice meter is giving you. So, like, when you take into consideration the fact that most streamers like to stream but don't really know tech and how things work, when you give them something like voice meter, it's like way too much. Give me a sec. The weird thing then, hi, so, right, if you have like a simplified overall UI, then that makes sense. There is also the Steel series. I forgot how it's called, but basically they created, like, SteelSeries creating like a duplicate of Sonar. So that's the name of their things. The duplicate of the thing Sham, hi, welcome on, of the Wavelink software, and it works pretty good. I think it's free. I doubt it. but I think it's free. And so you get basically the same thing as the wavelink. You can route your things and get like an output directly into OBS, and it seems better. You also get this shit, which is the EQ, that is better than the one that you have in the wavelink, because, well, you don't have any in wavelink, so that's a plus. But then some people say it's not that good, some people say it's good, so I don't, at this point, I don't fucking know. I haven't tested it. So if you can, Aiden, that might be a good option for you, to just get the Steel Series Sonar thingy, rather than the voice meter. Ismail, hi. Welcome on in. Sham, it's going good. It's going good. How was you? So yeah, that's the thing that I wanted to test out, but I couldn't, and also I have all of my fucking wavelink already put in place. So I don't need to add another thing. So Aiden, you could also do that, but that's expensive. I don't know if you need to, though, right? To be frank, this mic that I have now, I have it for less than a year now, and I've been streaming for about 2 years. So the reason why I upgraded to this one was because the previous one just broke at some point. Just decided to say fuck it, I can't deal with you anymore. And then the capsule just basically broke inside, and so it was vibrating. So I needed to update it, and this one seemed to be the best option. However, the option that I want to go for in the next stream, in the next stream room somewhere else when I move later, I don't know when, we'll see. But the next setup will have a boom mic rather than a thing that I need to have here. I want like a directional thing that is just behind the camera, pointing at my fucking face, and picking up everything, and then having the NVIDIA broadcast software on top of it to just get rid of the sounds. But yeah. Have a good dinner time, Stoney. And then Aiden, for the boom arm, I would recommend you to get the cheap Amazon one, the like $13 things. Yes, White Panther. I had some ideas for you, and you may like them. Can I find this? I've been seeing these things, and I know you don't want to use something that already exists, but I've been seeing these things, and I've been showcasing them on stream before, which are like pretty cool background thingy. Specifically, this one is really interesting. I just love how it works and how it looks. But does that type of worm thingy that interest you in a way? I think it could just be like a fun shit in the background. I don't know. Yeah, as a design element. So like today I found, just simply forgot where it is, but yeah, the line blob thing. Second, before this decide to die on me. Who did I say was you? Yes. So I was looking at this earlier today, and right now, from what you see, you don't think it's related, but they have this fucking thing as a design element, and I feel like it could be interesting, mainly because it is currently a very popular type of design feature, but they also have like really interesting way of displaying the worms here and there, and so I don't know, I think like that could be an interesting thing. And so going to shit's on the other side, going to where you at there, okay, good. I was playing with other shit after your stream last time, with like a bit of a glass thingy, because I'm a very glass person. But yeah, it's difficult for me to plan or organize something that how can I say that? So, Panther, the as little design as possible, right? If we decided to just do that as the last one that I sent you, right? Then this is the as little design as possible. You have your inputs, which are not very much inputs, and you have your buttons, and that's it. But as you said yourself, this doesn't really have personality in terms of, well, how it looks. And I had ideas, as always, because I have too many ideas, of potentially going with some of the inspiration that you sent me on Discord, being mainly things like this. So the VHS tape, sorry, the old VHS tape lines that I'm currently thinking about. Right, so potentially getting some shit like this here and there to get some gradient to texture. If you have a character who helps you journey to framework discovery, so you want Clippy to make a comeback. Okay. I don't know if I agree, but yeah, I was thinking like Atari type designs on the side to define how many options you have, but that will be fucking annoying, first of all, for me to create, and then for you to create as well. But that could be nice, could be very cool. I'm not a game dev, but sure. Sure thing. Sure. You want to kill me? I don't know who had this thing that was great. There was one that you will kill me. I mean, right? Let me see. Can I find it? It's like around here, but it's not there anymore. I'm sad. I also don't want to go with what's it fucking called? With brutalism anymore. But yeah. Is that... Have you seen this amazing thing? We have sound, but anyways. Have you seen this fucking thing? Where you can look for the framework it goes to something, you have an animation, and then it does something, right? So maybe here you're looking to get on board on, I don't know, something else, right? Things like this could be difficult to recreate. This is just GSAP and other shit, right? That's the basic. You can look around for your favorite thing, but that's not the website that I was looking for, anyways. And there was a website that was like right there in between these two. Why? I can't find it now. It was like 2 weeks ago. You want a journey across frameworks. What? I mean, so first of all, that wouldn't be me as a designer. Let me be clear. I can't do that. That's too complicated, even for me. I wouldn't be comfortable creating something that like this. But journey wise, right, creating something that moves, which create the journey type, like these type of transition from point A to point B, right? All these could be really interesting. When you talked about the card wizard thing, this website popped in, and so that's why I saw the card and I said, you know what, I could do card pick type of thing to just select a framework at the end, like a tarot card sorting type of shit. Anyways, this is pretty interesting, but it's not really a journey. I think the one that I had in mind is better, but of course when I'm speaking about it or looking for it, we can't find anything about that fucking website. Have you seen this one? It's not really a journey, but it's a start that is simpler than the 3D one, potentially. So you get your welcome to the Office Chair Finder, right? So what's the framework, right? And then you have some question at the bottom, and you define how much time you sit on your chair. So let's say you sit a couple hours, because like you basically are sit standing, and then it shows you potentials while still keeping things at the edges, just in case. And then you move to the next question, right? And so, are you sharing the chair? No, you're not sharing the chair. That's good. Move on. I'm short. All that, right? So I'm desk-oriented and upright as well, but I'm also dynamic. All good, and then you change. So the idea that I have with this in mind, right, is potentially with the tarot card thing, instead of chairs, you get potential cards. And the question here are just getting rid of some frameworks. So maybe in the overall thing, if we take that as an inspiration, you get all the potential frameworks displayed, and then when you define something, then some of them are going to the edges because they are not exactly meant to do the thing that you ask them to do, right? So right, your SPA, your single page application type of thing, could be something like the previous question of like, are you sharing your thing, right? So this could be something. Let me just see, can I do that so that I just send this to you, you have access to it, you can click on it and see how it's built. And it's pretty, I mean, it's pretty first of all, but it's pretty simple in terms of design. Like, everything that has been designed is just the box at the bottom, nothing else. So you can check that, I guess, but that's not the one that I was looking for. Not that. I don't know. There was like a journey across the sky type of website. However, it's just a scroll journey rather than a questionnaire type of journey. But it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Does Kleb worked on that? Maybe Kleb worked on that. You know. Maybe on this one, but on the official one? No. It has been like shared multiple times as one of the best, most interactive GPU frying website of the past 2 years. So it was pretty nice. I wish I could find it, but of course, right? Every time I'm looking for shit, can't find it. Good? Good. Maybe. Made too much. He made too much good stuff. I can't. Yeah. That's a very similar. Why do you have a child, right? No, so the thing that I was thinking about is this one is just a video, right? That's the base. That's the same journey thing, and that's the website that I wanted to have as a base. Right, so there was a website with that fucking car that was going through, also ads, I'm sorry about that, going the 480, I don't know. But yeah, this website, Kane, do you remember the plane website from last week or 2 weeks ago? Thing in the cloud, like shit. Plane R in the cloud, yes. Nishit, hi. Welcome back, Bento. That is the most designer query ever. That's trash. That's not that nah, can't find anything. Right, it was a teeny tiny plane, and it was just a scroll based website where you just it was based on, I mean, it was here. That's the thing. It was right there, right on there. And Initiative, if you have a link, please share. Please share. And I know it was around here. That's just the thing that is pissing me off right now. Anyways, it was a journey type thing in terms of website and the way that you were just scrolling through, getting to know things about the website was interesting, but also I should have just shared it in the Discord and I forgot. That's what's up. The card website is not really a journey thing. I mean, yes, we have the card website. So, Panther, the card website, prepare to be blown away. This is the card website. So this thing is just fucking amazing in terms of micro interactions and all that. But it's a long ass article with a lot of interactions, a lot of animated element that just basically slide in or rotate. That's it. Most of the things that we see after are just sliding in on scroll. So that's easy. But I don't see this as an option for what's the framework. This feels like it feels like an okay thing. But even if we had this with automated scroll, depending on what you picked, I feel like it's a limited amount of options. I don't know. Also, let me remind myself and everyone. Yeah, I mean, you could have the card thing, right? Depending on the one that you want to keep, not keep, all that. But yeah, in terms of the amount of shit that is available here, it's just like there is just too much fucking scroll. So I don't know if I like that. You want this? You want an immersive thing? Sassy, thank you. What the fuck? That's pretty immersive. If I don't do say so myself. It's not really, to be honest. It's the same shit 3 times. Anyways. Yeah, nah, not a good idea. This? Immersive, not... I haven't. You want it? I can share it. Can share it, of course. That's an interesting thing, but also it's I feel like so. Panther, let me be clear with my intention right here. I feel like the Waddabout framework overall is basically a type form, but with a bit more thing in it, in a way. I don't know, it feels weird. It feels weird, like. So that's why the first thing was just, we have question and answers, that's it. However, if we go with the chair thingy, and you get like a pile or a deck of frameworks, and they just spread out, and you get rid of things that could work. I just had an idea that, do you have someone who would be able to build thing in JSAP, 3D, all that, or? Because that's a good idea. Thank you. The link, what is this? Oh yeah. The glove is amazing. This is such details, but also such tiny interactions, small things, everything, but also everything is 3D, so it helps in UI when you have the ability to just really well implement well the 3D of something on a flat display. It looks good. I can't deny that. But yeah, that's a neat thing. That is a neat thing. Good find. Yes. What if, before you go, what if that system, you ask question and then you just get rid of things, right? You get all the frameworks that you have, and then depending on the answers, you can have things that just, I don't know. Could be interesting. Could be fun. That's just the idea that popped into my head. Anyways, have a good rest of your day. Ah. Would be great. So White Panther, which was in the chat, is probably leaving at that instant, and is creating a new thing. So she is a developer, and she's creating a tiny software, not software, but like websites to help other developers define and choose the JavaScript framework that they should use or may use, depending on non-biased opinion based on the feature that the person is looking for in the product that they are building. So the goal is to get like a bit of a form questionnaire type of thing to basically direct a developer to a specific set of framework or a singular framework to define how, based on what they want, right? So if they want something that will have 3D in it, maybe they will go with JSAP or something else. I don't know what exactly the frameworks on that list would be yet, but the idea in the beginning is just as a basic thing, it's just a form. So you have a form, a list of questions, depending on the answers, the list of frameworks or potential tools that you can use available is limited based on your need. So similarly to the office chair, Stony, welcome back. Similarly to the office chair things that we have talked about before, right? Where you just define if you answer your questions and you get at the end for breathable, you get recommendation for things. So for paddings, adjustable armrest, and that's it. And then they prepare your result, which they already have anyways, and they tell you, you know what, based on what you have, these three here are 82% match with what you want to do. And so if you transpose this as a framework picking thing, it's basically just a form that gives you answers based on your answers, right? And so the who is game, or guess who, could work as an ID. So you could have something with let's say you have your questions, and then here let's say you have more frameworks. I don't know why, but more frameworks. Right, so that's framework 1, framework 2, 3, all that. I don't know at this point. But you get like a who is type of thing, and that wouldn't work. Because if I wanted to have the side by side, yeah, it could like flip the card or just make it go down or something else. I don't know. It's just a bit complicated to build in Figma 100%. So I don't know how we can achieve this anyways. But that could be a very interesting and interactive build. Stony, if you want to help with the dev of that. Denny, hi, welcome on in. How are you? Right, so you have like your question right here with your button to say, you can move on. Let's do that. And so ID would be get these 3 things to be set bottom center, and I was thinking more of just resize them to make them fixed and resize them to 1 pixel. They just, that way it's just fall down. No skew, nothing, as the proof of concept, right? That could work. The thing is, to work with that system, so, and then we are experimenting with a guess who type form to pick the right thing. Makes no sense, right? Let's make these fixed. Let's make that, I don't know, 4 pixel. That way we have like a bit of a base. I just want to see. I just want to see at this point. Does that work? I don't think it will, anyways. But we can try. It fucking works. Sorry. The opening is a bit weird, but the closing is fun. So I'm impressed. I'm impressed with that proof of concept. So you would have a list of framework. We would need something like what is this? You wanna? Why do you want to have this, Nishit? Only that is true. I mean, you said the declaration of the winner. You want the declaration of the winner to go with some rotating things. Yeah, no. Just there is no real winner, but it could.
Burnoob is now following.
Burnoob, thanks a lot for the follow. How are you? Who are you? How did you find the stream?
Well, come on in.
It's interesting as a thing. Anyways, I agree. I don't know how it could be implemented, but no. No gender reveal. Never shouldn't exist. The thing is, it's not a reveal. It is limiting your choice. So right, it is, how can I say? It's basically the way that this would work is you have a question. The question would be what type of cake flavor do you like? And then you have like 6 options, you select 3 of them, and so basically all the one that you haven't selected will do that. Have a good look. And so we'll just fall down, and then you go to the next question, which is something different, and you answer, and then others will fall down. And then in the end, maybe when you have answered the 4 or 5 questions that would be here, then you get the 2 that are the best suited for the job that you're looking for. The thing is, because there is no clear winner, right? It is just 1 or 2 or 3 that would be picked amongst the list of frameworks that are available. So, right, that's the main thing. So I'm just thinking, and it doesn't work as well as I expected it to work anyways. But it is difficult, yes. We agree. Change that. Yeah. Stony, I think it depends. That's the thing, because I don't have like the whole thing on Panther channel. They don't have, I don't think they do have the past broadcast thing available, right? No, it's this one. So I don't have the entire list of framework that they wanted to have. In the website, so that doesn't help me to know how much things should be. But I'm guessing there is a lot of JavaScript frameworks that are available on the internet at that instant, and so this seems like a good idea in my head to get something easy to recognize with a limited amount of like who or what specifically, and just get this working, right? I don't. It's like a right. What do you think about this? Since you came back for a second, you would have your question here, and then things collapse or fall down, or I don't know. Right? I mean, yeah. If you have a list of the amount, maybe that will get rid of this ID, because you can't display, I don't know how much things you could have, but right, let's say you have, right now you have 15, which seems like a lot to me, but I don't know. Yeah. Don't you want to limit yourself to like 20? Said 40 to 50. You said 40 to 50. Okay. Why no though? Why no? True. That's a good point. That's a good point. You're basically telling me this it's so weird. Right? That more options. That just didn't work, did it? The thing is, right, if it's just this, that feels like I don't know. It doesn't feel like something that would make sense to me. I mean, this is clearly not the right option, but right, I mean, let's do like a regular thing. Right, this goes there, and then this goes there. So that means that you're here, you have your question, and then you click, and then that says that these 5s here are not working. And then you just added the killing me fact of it needs to work on small screens, which is absolutely true. But damn, it's a lot. But at least we have 50 right here. Player unknown, hi, welcome on in. How are you? How have you been? That's been a bit. It has been a bit. It is a stream deck right now. That's true. You'd have bubbles. Bubbles. Yeah, I think that's a good call, Panther. I think that's a good call. It's your birthday. Sorry. Happy birthday. What should you do to cheer you up? My answer is always the same. Jerking off is a good idea. Eating cake is a good idea. Ice cream is good. Other things. It's your birthday tomorrow. Really? It's the birthday of everyone. Yeah. I don't know. What should you do? I mean, you can do anything. That is the end. Also, pre-rolls. Sorry. Not pre-rolls, just ads in general. I hope you have a good ad blocker type of thing. We got a lot of ads in here. You know what? It's part of the incentive, right? They told me that if I reached the certain point of ads, I can win money, earn money. You're on a phone, so you can't. 480p doesn't switch. Why are you on a phone? But yeah, PlayerUnknown, I hope you have a good day. Remember that it's a day. It's the same day as the other ones, and you can do whatever you want. I always have celebratory cakes, right? Cat will come on in, and that's good. That's a good thing to do overall. But if that's not your thing, then you can do something else. No more ads. I think. That was loud. Wasn't prepared, sorry. Oh yeah, we have things that just popped in today. Like this. It doesn't really work with physics, which is sad, but yeah, so we have this, we have that, which pretty much cool, and then these things which give me a bit of makeup, which I think is pretty clean, and then that thing that we've been having, right? It's all that. Have a good rest of your day again, and yeah, we need to find the amount of data that we have and we can work with first before we can right. defined designs. Yeah, no, it's a pretty nice thing. You have the other can catch. Butterflies. Anyways, but yeah, that's the thing. Bernu, are you? Is your name Bernard? I believe Bernard could probably be your name. You see, you're a UX designer, tech startup in PH. I don't know where PH is. Is that Philadelphia or something? And the Figma tag brings you here. Well, you just arrived on a non-Figma segment. I mean, not just arrived, you arrived way earlier. But yeah, if you have any design question or question in general in Figma, Bernice. I am 100% sure that I'm not pronouncing that properly. Philippine. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I was about to say Philippine, but then I did. Yeah, say PH. I had multiple options, but Philadelphia it came in. I don't know why. Oh, Bernice. Interesting. Nice. Well, welcome on it. Welcome on. Yeah, so let's scrap that ID. It's a good ID, but it just doesn't work. Won't work. I'm still like 100% sure that this would be the most boring thing, but will work. Right. Anyways, it's not a good idea. Let's scrap that. Stony, do we have things? Do we have things to look at? No, I was looking at shit earlier and creating the GIF that is now my profile picture. I don't know. I still feel like it's not a good idea. Let's do like a 600 millisecond in between the two and a 0 here. So let's do 599. That way we have 600 in total. And let's see. It's tiny. I mean, it should be tiny. I feel like that's better. In terms of transition, it's not as brutal as the other one. All right. Well, we'll be waiting. Should we make that like $7.99? I will try on the inverted after. I just want to make sure that the transition works. I think the transition doesn't reload. No, still reload. Yeah, it still works. I don't know, it's weird. So if we do the layoff 1 and dissolve with the same thing, $1.99 right here. I think that's better than what I have today, right? I feel like that's better. It's a more subtle yeah, it's very rainbow. It's all the colors that we use on slates. I just hate how I need to export it. It's just you can't export it as a GIF. You need to record it and then transform it as a GIF. So that's annoying. However, this one is better. Oh, the first one is misaligned. Sorry. Why do you want the FFmpeg here? No, the way that you do it on a Mac is you take the recording tool off macOS, which is pretty cool. You place it where it needs to go, which is basically here. And 920 by 920 seems to be good. So you get a recording of that thing right here until you get your value. So you stop the recording and it's there, all good. And you go on the second one, and now that you are entirely sure when it needs to go, you can restart the recording with that one in mind. So it just needs to do a cycle, a clean cycle at least. So when I see the red for the second time, the third time technically, right now, I would get back here, stop the recording, and now we have two more recordings, one here, that should give us the thing that we wanted to have. And then from here, that's the fucking annoying part, just get there and you trim the fucking thing. And so you get to the color. There is one frame that has the right hue of green, say it's around here, and then there is another frame that has the right hue of green right here, probably. So now, if I loop that, I feel like I'm missing some colors right here, right? It feels like the purple and the blue are not visible, and I don't know why. So, right, that's the thing. So you do that, and then you get your values. But I do that when I'm... Yeah, that's better. That's better. I will change the picture to that later. I have some time. Anyways, so we talked about that. It's not exactly what we wanted to talk about. Anyways, I mean, we didn't have a lot of things. I kept this for some reason earlier today. I felt like it was an interesting behavior, but then now that I'm looking at it, it's not as good. Kind of missing white. That's true. Do I want to have white? I don't know if I want to have white. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe one of the color can just be swapped to white. That way we get something working. I don't know. I kept this as well. Sorry, that's the derail in my head. I kept this as well mainly because of the color scheme, but also because the entire project is pretty clean overall. It's a nice presentation. There is a lot of animation going through to explain how things work, and so as a base, you can always get that as an inspiration for you when you create like your case studies or things like this, to showcase how things are visually impacting your designs. And so here, right, you get like a very clean animated things. It's a lot of work, and as I said, these case studies are always meant to be built after the fact. But this one is it's a huge thing for NFT, and the most important thing here is the animations and how they work together. They have like a lot of courageous issues. I'm not going to go over that, but yeah. I don't know, I felt like it was interesting and good to showcase and share. So let me just share that so that you have access to it as well, and I will share it on the inspiration list so that we don't lose it like the other ones. But the color scheme, which currently looks very much yellow on stream, at least for me, it looks extremely yellow. It's a bit more green than yellow. It's good for accessibility's sake when you have black on top, but for example, this purple right here, the accessibility right there shouldn't be black. We should have white text and white content to make sure that things are visible and readable. But we can't have everything, right? Same thing here, that text not accessible, not readable. Haven't scrolled through everything yet, so discovering some things. I like some of the branding that they went with. Yeah, it's a more lime green-ish, but it's very much yellow. I do agree. I mean, we can test it out. Sorry for the flashes. They have their colors right there, so that's DCFC34. DCFC34. So that's their color. What is that? It's in between. It's very much in between yellow and green. It's not yet pure like green or something. So if we moved to here, we would be more green, but we are like right there. It's still green. That's very much yellow. I mean, you have played with yourself too much. You knew exactly how to place it. I like that color though. I'm more of a green person than I'm a green blue rather than green yellow, but yeah, the color that I want to push for. Like acid is interesting. We also have these very much light orange type of color that are currently making a comeback. So I mean, making a comeback is it's a weird thing, but like orange-ish helps. I don't know. Anyways, kept that one as well because it's more. Right now it looks like it's dull color. It's more yellow thing, but yeah. Yeah, probably a 20 increment. But why did I keep that? This is a very minimal project, and they have a lot of research as well, including some exploration of design. But the thing that is the most important is they have not a lot of text to explain how they decided to go or choose like a very specific thing. They just have like a minimal amount of text here and there, and that's it. And personally, I think that's the best option because, oh damn, that's neat. Because you just get what you need, like it's to the point, and then you get the visual because it's a more visual type of project. So that's a good thing. Let me share that so that you can get inspired as well. This and this. I've been on the website before, I think. But they have the same. Yeah, we've seen that before. This is a waste of time. I talked about that before, but this is a waste of time. This never happened. T-Raisin? TD Raisin? Welcome on in. How are you? Who are you? How did you find the stream? Thanks a lot for chatting. I appreciate it. Tell me if I pronounce your name wrong, which is probably the case. So, as always, right, these wireframes, T-Raisin. Good. From the Glow, that's neat. What happened? Did someone say anything? No. Good. Just there. I'm just there. It's fine then. These wireframes never existed. They probably never created them because, first of all, no one create wireframes that cool. But also, this is based on probably the first iteration that they had, and it's unlikely. I mean, it can still happen, right? But it's unlikely that they created these things as a starter. That seems like a waste of time, because there is a lot of design choices already in all of that. So the reason why I'm saying like this is not something that would happen, is mainly the icons. The divider are extremely fine. Everything is aligned. Like the amount of radius is consistent throughout the elements. This doesn't make any sense as a wireframe. As always, if you are doing wireframes, I recommend this. This is the greatest thing that you can have. If you have an iPad and a pen, do that on iPad. That way you don't waste paper. But these things right here probably came back after the fact and just did like a thing on Figma right there. Let me see, which one do I have that is the most, I think. What's the thing? Yeah, this. Just did that. It just did this on the design, like a Command Y, and that's you get the wire. Then they took a screenshot, and then they re-cleaned the thing on top of said wires. But that's it. That's the that's how it works. That's the easiest way to get your wireframes in one go. So, for example, right, let's say you are here.
TD Raisin is now following.
Feel for the follow. I appreciate it. We don't have the animated rotating profile picture that you have on White Panther stream, though, sadly. But yeah, this this makes sense. Like, this is an ugly ass wireframe that would work here, but it's not a good idea. Not a good... Anyways, let me stop ranting on that. Like, it's a lot of work for no reason. That's the main thing. Frankie Joe. You mean it does make sense to do wireframes like this? Depends on the size of your company, I guess, but Frankie, welcome on in. I mean, it always feels like a waste of time for me. It has always. No, I'm not saying. Yeah, but the wireframe itself doesn't. I mean, this level of wireframe is basically a design. And so, if you are about to create an app and you take so many opinionated design decisions, design directions, you choose a lot of things and you showcase this, as I said, this could be a design in and on itself, and so this is great design. This is not wireframe. This is not what I would call a wireframe. If you want to sell your design, you create the endpoint design. The wireframe is made to define your layout most of the time and how things are working together, right? So in my years of experience, every time that we had to do wireframes, we basically tried to do the least amount of work to get the most amount of flows and like user journey tests, all of these things. But then after the first 2.5, basically, we're like, this is a waste of time, because we know that creating a wireframe that polished takes as much time as creating the design itself. So, I don't know. The thing is, when you showcase this as the final product, I wish we had like a more in-depth and thing. So basically, right, what happened here is the alignment changed, there was more spacing added, but as you said, the wireframe stayed the same. But for me, like this thing right here, no, you share the beauty shot, which is the thing that you built after. You didn't build it while you were doing all that. I don't think they would do. I don't think they would do that. I mean, also, like, not that I've been in the field for 16 years and try to avoid wireframe as much as possible, because it's in my company's views, like, it's the most time wasted possible if you have to get something that works visually and that is pleasing. I agree with you with the beauty shot that is this thing. This thing is looking amazing. I can't deny that. That's just great. But as I said, that's a fucking design. That's just, they wouldn't. I mean, the amount of time I would have spent to make sure that this Daft Punk thing has the same amount of padding left and bottom, and that this thing is like using auto layout properly, and right, all of that just takes a lot of time for anyone. So I don't know, it feels like a fabricated screen, and that's also probably why there is only this. I love when people are doing some did I do that on this one? Right, when you shit, you can't see shit. When you do this and you take a picture of that and you put that in your Behance shot, that makes sense to me. That's what happened. The reflection of how much my layout needs to change depending on if I have like a sidebar or a top bar. And then here, I did this one. I said, okay, so if we have a sidebar, we get this, and then we have our content that can have this and a subheader, fine. But then the content is the same thing for this one, so I just needed one with one option with the sidebar, and that's it. But both of them keep the header, and so this makes sense to me. And I don't know. I don't think client give a shit at some point. I mean, it depends on which type of agency you're on, but the clients don't give a shit about the wireframes anyways. They want to see the product. So when you are building this, they don't give a shit about this. They want to know how this look. And so if you are at this stage of sketching or wireframing, they can't project themselves most of the time. Like it's just, they will just say, well, it's okay, but I don't know. Whereas if you show them this, they're like, okay, good, can we change that button, or can we change the color? Makes more sense, right? Even then the waste of time afterward to make sure that everything works. But I agree, right? You can always have someone who created like a wireframe lib that is as minimal as this, and find like a UI kit base thing that looks good. This one could be similar. It's not exactly the same, but it's similar, right? We have similar overall shapes and things. That makes sense. But it's a waste. This is the same. This is good. Overall good wireframe base. They have a lot of things, but this at this point, it doesn't seem like a reach. It just seems like a lot of wasted time. Specifically, if you work in agencies, you know that you don't waste time. You are the most efficient possible to make sure that the project that you have going on is out of the agency in the least amount of time to make the most amount of money. Right, but I agree with you. It's a very easy thing to get like a wireframe base. If you are, so to be frank, if you are in-house, it makes more sense to create, potentially depending on the amount of people in your in-house company, then yes, it could make sense to get like a wireframe kit, like, I don't know, we've seen a lot like the previous one, and that just give you the base components to be able to do the thing that you want to do and showcase them in Figma. Because it's easier, it's collaborative, and you can do that all around. However, this project here didn't seem to be, seems to be a very complicated project, so maybe it's an agency thing, maybe it's not, I don't know at this point. But it seems to be an agency thing or a studio thing. And yeah, they wanted to have like a, as you say, a beauty shop, which is fabricated after the fact. That's my main point. That is my main point. It's just these things don't exist throughout the process. They exist after the process when you need to do the marketing to explain how you came through the deliberation of this. Yeah, no, it's branded. It's but it's something that you need to do when your marketing team is telling you, you know what, this project was neat. That could make a good project on Behance. Do you have the time to take on the marketing? And so the designer that worked on that then just have, I don't know, a week or two to create the content that needs to go there. But that's not what has been shown to the client that I can, unless they did it, in which case, good job, but still. A lot of work. Clients want to see the final things. Kat, what did you say? Also, Nishit, what did you say? Sorry. Yeah. What do you mean, what waits at the upper end? As in, at the end of the project? Probably. Kat, how functional is it? I mean, you're probably eating soup right now, so later I will ask you again. Yeah. No, it's more for the agency presentation rather than the client itself. But it's also marketing for the client in a way. Like, I've been in on Behance so many times, right, as a designer to look at inspiration and other things, and then getting in and finding a product that looks interesting, whereas it's a physical product or not a physical product, and then buying the physical thing based on the Behance project. So the main example for me is this. This is one of the projects that I've seen, and I saw the shoes and I said, damn, they look cool. What the fuck is that? I looked for the brand. I have 27 pairs of them now, but that's it, right? And that was, these things are basically marketing for the client. It kind of makes sense. Yeah, I agree with that. It's basically just like, I mean, specifically here, this is marketing, but right, it's the, even for the previous thing, it is. It could even be, you know what? It could even be like a marketing agency after the product agency, like the app or website was made by a specific brand, and then a secondary agency created these. That could be a thing. Depends on. It is clean. It is very clean. I am I love how simple it is, and so before we had all the debate about creating wireframes and all that, the thing that I wanted to say about this is, if you get rid of the pictures on the entire UI, the app is basically just black and yellow with a bit of white, but it's mainly black with a bit of yellow gray, right, and a bit of white, and then all of these are very similar. So when you think about this way, we talked about the wireframes. It's basically just changing the wireframes hashed picture with real pictures, and that way it's done. But they also change like the icons and the animations, and design team have created like so many shit for these. For example, these are amazing. I mean, if I could have these micro interactions in my app, switching the icon to 3D on press, that's fucking neat. But yeah, that, I don't know, it looks great. It's amazing. I can't deny that. You think it looks like it's not gonna get developed? Why though? That's true, but that's the team. So that's not one design generalist right there. Not just one person, but I like the fact that they have like a lot of people in there. It could have been indie. I agree. Yeah, Play One doesn't exist as a project right here, and they don't have a website in that thing that I can find. I have Stony. Yeah, that's kind of true. I agree. I mean, you can be consistent if you have a base that is consistent. The thing is, for me, and that's the thing that we've talked about multiple times here, I really think like the implementation of the base, so the foundation of the UI kit style guide that you have built, helps 85% of the consistency throughout the website and everything. And so if you have the consistency in the design itself, and the dev that have the ability to have the same consistency by using the same base foundations, then you could keep a consistent design across the entire pages, but also more complicated. I get it. That's true. Mind Explosion, hi. Well, come on. Stony, I liked it. I don't know if it was the best of the series, but I liked it. But I'm also very specific when I watch movies, so other discussion. How are you, Mind Explosion? I think there are also a lot of things that don't make sense, frankly, in the in how they place things and some of the accessibility things, but I don't know. Like this one right here, like this is a no. This wouldn't exist, right? Like you wouldn't have a fucking dragon go through the text that you are reading at that instant. Like you wouldn't. And so some of the like showcase that they have with this one, for example, where the katana is going through, because of the lens, you get some background blur, right? Bokeh, all that. But imagine you are on a very specific screen size. That wouldn't exist. You would be cut. The content would be cut anyway. So I don't know. It feels like an unachievable thing. I don't know. Like, can I click on that bitch? No, I can't. Right, this fucking sword right here is hiding the creators or the people that are holding or bidding on it. I don't know if it's a bid thing. So that makes no sense in a way. Like you don't wanna hide the people that bid on your thing. Then that fucking dragon just being outside of everything just makes absolutely no sense to me. And in terms of implementation, right, because we're talking about that right now, in terms of implementation, the fact that these two guys are going like in front of everything but under this, and then like it means in a very specific way that the entire website needs to be in a 3D environment, in which case the panel needs to be a specific thing inside of that environment. And so when the camera is turning, it's not really the camera that's turning, it is the element itself that turns in front of the same camera. So like it's a very complicated thing for no reason. And so as you said, in terms of implementation, to get that done, that would take big numbers. I mean, it's an NFT thing, so of course they have big numbers in terms of money. But yeah, and also as you said, right, generally, like, usually features are built from MVP to more and more and more and more, and knowing how designers work, including myself, as soon as you ship something, the next iteration of that same feature usually happen in between the 4 months to a year like time frame, in which case in that time frame your personal taste in design and your personal way of building things have evolved. So I guess yes. I guess it's a Web3 type of thing. I mean, it's an NFT platform overall. So I mean, from what they say, right? Yes. Yeah, I mean the design differ, but also I don't know. That's more of a reasonable thing. As an enclosed dragon. Enclosed dragon makes more sense. Yeah, I don't know. It's clean. We can't deny that. It's too much going on. Like, I know how sometimes my computer just has issues, like getting things working, and so all of that 3D will just break my fucking thing. Have a good rest of your day. Thanks a lot for stopping by. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. But yeah, it's weird. Also very, very fine design. Yeah. Not a line. Yeah. So the monitor situation is, earlier today I had like a bit of downstripe going on, so I decided to test something out and get rid of the monitor altogether. So I just like turn it off, and so when it was off, I thought maybe because it was like cooler, it would be better, and then I started it up again just before the stream and went on Behance, and then almost fried the fucking lines again. So the monitor situation is not good yet, but I have some potential solutions, and I don't like them, but I have some potential solutions. So, where is that? Okay. So the solution number one is you get something like this. So not this one, because this one is like 60 euros, but that's the one that I have in mind right now. So just a stand for my laptop, and plugging it to the capture card, which is not recognized as a display. So that's option number one, but that means I'm going back to a 16-inch display rather than a 25. So that's a great distance. Also, the display of the Mac is 16 by 10 aspect ratio rather than a 16 by 9, so it's taller and less wide. I mean, same shit, but like taller overall. So that means that it will cut around here basically, so it can be like reduced. What do you mean? So that's option number one. option number 2, and I don't like it, but it might be the best option, is to buy one of these, because they would do the work. I say a lot of things very Frenchly, yes. So getting one of these, like in green, that's the base, and it's not that expensive, right? But it's I mean, it would be fine. It would be fine. But getting one of these as a base, because the screen is a 16:9 aspect ratio, and so I would have like a 24-inch display that I could just capture, and that would be fine. So that is the latest best option. However, I don't like the ID. It's not that expensive, no. It's not. Like, it's less than 2K, so that's fine. I would prefer, if I was able to, I would prefer to get one of these, right? But right now, the thing that is happening in my head is like, maybe you need to get a refund on yours current. So, right, the one that I have at that instant is this one. So, right, when you compare the iMac, which is a 1 in the beginning, that it's cheap compared to this. So getting an exchange, right? If I get this replaced, which would, now that it has been in my possession for more than like months, it's a bit more complicated. But anyways, I could sell it somewhere, get basically 3K, and that's it, and then buy something else instead. But the benefits of this one is that it's portable, and then I can just move around if needed. So I don't know. So the situation is a bit weird at that instant. It's just, I feel like the overall setup is fine, like it should be. Ah, shit, well, fuck off. Told me, but I don't know who they are. So the French fries, internet. It's a great distance. Also, the display of the Mac is 16:10 aspect ratio, but that's a great distance. Also, the display of the Mac is what's the French is the great distance. What did I say that sounded French to you? I don't know. Did I say that? That's a great distance. Also, the display of the Mac is 16:10 aspect ratio, but that's a great distance. I don't hear
also. But maybe it's just because it's my voice and I'm used to it.
Give me a second on this one. I am always very French, sadly, yes. Sorry about that. Yeah, so the capture card thingy also at the same time, right? I decided to not keep the new one, and it's supposed to have been picked up today, but it hasn't. So it will probably be picked up tomorrow. It will be picked up tomorrow. I guess. I hope. I don't know. So we will see. And the overall thing right now works, right? We have the display that is captured, and it does everything that we want to have. It doesn't have the flicker anymore, and all that. So the thing that I know is we need to get that display specific one to change, so I can resell it potentially. I can exchange it to get a new one again, and buy another display again. But I don't want to get so many displays. That's too much displays. So I don't know at this point. It's complicated. It is a very complicated issue. But it seems that the iMac option is the best option. But also I'm expecting them on Apple's side to that's true. That is true. Yeah, but that doesn't work either, right? Yes. I'm thinking because this one is also an option in my head, because it's more powerful. But no, can't work. It can't work. It is not an option. Right. I don't know. I mean, yeah, no, that won't happen. I was about to say the fourth option is for me to stop streaming from a PC and stream everything from the Mac. That way I can just have the display as the main display captured and do all that. The thing is, if I do that, then I can't help on OBS PC because it's absolutely different. So, I mean, PC, Windows. So I can't do that. And then the streaming from a PC, not an option. I have apps that are Mac only that I need, so I can't just switch to a Windows-based laptop. Sadly, it's dumb. It's like for 2 apps, but I paid for them. I will use them. Yeah, it's just weird. I don't know. It's hard. It is a very complicated topic and subject. I don't understand why that fucking display is breaking. However, the thing that I can say from testing the Samsung, the Dell, the Xiaomi, and the Asus, the Alienware is the best display from all of the one that I tested in the past months, basically. It has the best colors, it's not the best resolution, it's just a 1080p display. The Samsung was like a 2K display, but it wasn't good. And like, I don't know, it just looks better than everything else. So it's weird. It's so weird. It is so weird. I don't know. Oh yeah, no, the last option, sorry, this brain. The last option is the option that Maddie Two Shoes recommended, which is try to get like a docking station of some sort. Maybe this one, maybe another one. This one is fucking expensive, but whichever. And see if that changes anything. So I've been looking for this one on Amazon. It's not available there, so I don't know if I can just use this one. I mean, find this one somewhere. But yeah, getting one of these would help 100% potentially. Mainly because the display's then taken, like, the split is happening from the dock rather than the Mac itself. So sometimes that's better, but I don't know. At this point, I have no clue. And spending 400 euros on a dock seems a bit expensive. I know I just said that spending like 2K on a computer is nothing, but it is tiring. It is absolutely tiring. But I guess that would be the end game. That's the option. Getting rid to work, this to work. Yeah. See this? This shouldn't exist. If you are someone who works at Behance, that shouldn't exist. Makes no sense. Right? So officially it's a thing because the server doesn't handle the amount of following that I have, which I get. Like I follow 7,500 people, so it's a lot of people, but like, I don't know, it's a debate. It has been a debate for a long time. I had the same issue on Dribble for the longest time, because their cap was 2,000 people, so I reached like 2K in, I don't know, 3 months maybe. And on Behance it happened like not so long ago, and I usually max out on following on most platforms. Like my TikTok is at 10K. I mean, I got rid of some of them, but still it's at 10K. This is 7.5K, and the thing is, I don't get it. I don't understand why Behance on its own, as a designer base, something that is made to be inspiring you, limits you as the inspired in the amount of inspiration that you can get from your front page. It's a website to showcase your things, but it's also a website to get inspired, but they limit how much inspired you can get. Makes no sense. So the Dribble one is harder on me because it was 2K, and so, as I said, right, there is way more than 2,000 people in the world that are talented and I want to follow, but Dribble just said no, fuck you. 2K is too much. So I don't know, but I also understand why they don't want to have you following too many people. The main goal is to keep the content that they show you fresh-ish. But I mean, when I follow someone, that's you indeed. When I followed someone, not Kane, because Kane just not so long ago, but like someone, I don't know, 8 years ago, I would be interested to see how things have looked now on their journey, right? So maybe I followed them way, like, a long time ago, and right, it's You no, that's worse. That is worse. Let's just scroll, right? Just scroll on Dribble, and right, maybe I followed them and I'm like, it's interesting. I like what they do at that time. I want to see what they do now, and you're telling me that I need to get rid of them in my following to be able to make place for the newest one that I just discovered. No, I want to know things from everyone, from the one that I followed a long time ago and the one that I haven't. For example, this one, right? I don't know if they have been posting a lot or not posting at all. Since when is that? January 2022. So they have been posting a lot and creating a lot of content, and I probably followed them around here. Probably. A long time ago, and so we have like a lot of updates, upgrades, movement changes in their design, so that's what's interesting. I don't know, it feels so weird. I mean, if you are just a bot account that follows randomly, you follow everyone. Like you probably will follow like have a type of pattern or something, but you probably don't do any other actions, right? So it's unlikely that the bot account is just following, going in, liking, saving, commenting, sending DMs, right? It seems like a heavy bot if that's the case. So I don't know. It feels like it can be avoided in no time. Just weird. Just weird. Let me see if I can find someone that I know for a fact. Yeah. So this person, I followed them in 2017. I know that. And so they had specific design styles, right? And then they changed and they moved to something different, and then they changed again and they moved to something different, right? The company that I'm working at right now, I just replaced them, and then they changed and now they are doing something different. Just this one is a bit of a thing. Anyways, so Genie, what do you mean new string tagline? And now they're doing something different? Yes, that could be a thing. But you can see how they evolved in their design. That is true. I said it a lot. It's just fun to see how, when, who, evolution, all that. Specifically for the people who do illustrations, I felt like these are the people that have evolved the most. So this one has been doing 3D. You can see that they always had, I mean, unless they have made more things and they cleared some of their content. Always liquid, always pink, always all that, but then you go to the latest one and you can see how interesting textures are, how flowy things are, and all that. And so I feel like the improvement is the thing that I like to see. For example, this, right, doesn't have any shot. I can get rid of that. That's true. That's one less. This one only have one thing. I could get rid of them. But maybe one day they will post something else, and I would be interested. I don't know. Could be nice. Could be nice. Bruh. And it's just like, no, you can't do that. I don't know. Jeannie, how are you? How was your weekend? How was your day? And look at that. Right, illustration from that person at a very specific time. They designed this way. They had gifts and things, and that was their stuff, right? Then they moved to icons, but they still stayed in illustration. And then if you look closely, you can see that the icons have changed, the styles is changing, and it's interesting to see. The progress is very cool. I feel like that's why I'm following so many people, that I'm like going back from time to time doing these. That's a nice green. It's very blue on your end. It is green on my side. This is green. Oh, you're not a full-time remote person. Interesting. What type of thing? I can't help with the algebra, that's for sure. I can help with the design. For sure. Yeah. Different style. I don't know. It's just, yeah. Study, you've been working on a lot of back-end stuff. Flowers and hi. Welcome on. How are you? Yeah, so G, they say the same thing to they basically say the same thing to us, and then I said no. I said no. They they asked how many, how can I say that? Yeah, they asked like a poll internally, and they said how many days a week do you want us to come to the office? And I said 0. If possible. 1 maybe. And then another coworker decided to move country during the pandemic. And so they said, well, I can't take a plane every time I need to go to the office. And then since then, we have people like me that have like just no days in the office, which is good. I mean, you still have a change. The change. That was very French of me. Okay. But yeah, nah, I don't know. You can always move if you want to, right? You can just now decide to go away and not tell anybody. Also, going back to the yeah, but can you afford to move again and keep the same company? Is that an option? Give me a sec, I need to go pee. Yeah, I agree. The cost of moving everything is expensive, specifically if you decide to not move everything but just buy back, sell and buy back some stuff. You end up with like a very expensive thing. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, also if you want to kind of share some stuff that we can look at, gladly look at things. How the why? No shots? Interesting. We are out of content, as we always have. Stony, I have a question for you as a dev. You may be able to answer that question. But also you might not. As someone who work in a team of dev, if you were to receive a UI kit, like a style guide from the designer to the devs to be implemented, would you prefer to have everything that is in the same realm in the same frame or page, or would you prefer to have specific pages or frames related to the specific things, like a very specific thing for the checkboxes and how they behave, a very specific thing for the radio buttons and how they behave, a very specific thing for like the selects, another one for the input fields, another one for the one which have all the values. Does that, like, is it better to be separated or is it better to be in the same space? I don't know if that made sense. Maybe it did. Probably did. I could show you as well. So, yeah, so, for example, on this one I get the input fields, right here, which tiny, a lot of them, right, a lot of variation with no icon in the front, with an icon in the front, with like a drop down in the front, with a drop down at the end, with a selector, all that, right? These are the variation of the same base. So I guess we agree, and then you have all the states based on that. But then they are separated with the bigger ones. And then they are separated from the code inserts. And then this is one page. However, on the previous page, you get the drop downs and how the drop downs work, even though we use the same thing as the previous page, right? Yeah, they did go way too far with the iteration. I agree with that. It's not me though. No, you need to do everything. You need to do everything. But does that make sense, right? Where you have inputs, toggles, right? This is the question that I had for me. Basically, is like they said, you know what? We have toggles here, and we have checkboxes. So checkboxes and radio buttons are on the same thing, but they use the same behavior as the toggles. And so for me, I would have combined everything, but they decided not to, and so I don't really know why they didn't want to combine things. So this is not my UI kit, right? It's the one that I will probably use in the end, but just feels weird. And then you have the checkbox groups, which in the technicality of things, right here, Figma tell you, hi, welcome on in. How are you today? No, but I mean, let's say like toggles and checkboxes can be merged into one place, right? Interesting. Wouldn't it be better to use your new company products to do the thing that you do now, Figma 30? Right? By the way, this is trash. You can't do anything linked to AI. That's sad. It is sad. Why though? Shit. Sorry. I share that on stream, as always. Same question. I know the answer is probably yes, but you know, prefer to ask. Seems like I can't. Seems like oh, your dynamic island thingy. I see. Like everyone. I click the request so that you have the thing. No, not exactly. I mean, kinda, but not exactly. The thing is, for example, here, right, I would get rid of a ton of things because we don't need them on the apps. However, we need them on the landing page. So the payment methods, for example, could be used on the landing pages rather than the apps. Anyways, for me, in my views, right, getting the default and like hover and active is what I need, rather than holy shit. Okay, let me remind everyone what that thing is. This is Figma animation, right? You get the highlights How? There's so much shit happening. Let me see the. I need to see how you build that shit, because damn, as always, damn. So different state in between these two, right? That makes sense. Man, you have so many shit habits. You need to clean it? You don't need to clean it, you need to you apply to some it's so nice. Sorry. Man's created eyes. Bubbles. So much details, as always. I mean, I love it. The amount of work, as always, like the amount of work that you put in all of the fucking thing that you create is just. You say that it's not finished. What are the things that you want to add or change? Because right now you get wind in the leaves and trees and things, right? And then you get the lemon things that just go down. I don't know what that is. You get the highlights that just move around, right? And then just get a transition between these two, so that makes sense. And on click, revert to something else, and it drops down. The thing that I don't understand is, not that I don't understand, right? So bird passing through, boat. So I'm guessing the idea is like the guy jumps, bring the dynamic island and potentially bring it down or like expand it. How do you have just one fucking thing again? Like, everything is happening in here, right? All the animations, it's just that. So, I mean, just that being, this is these being rotated, having a bit of a movement, same thing here, and then placed properly, layered, there. I am impressed, as always. As always. I love how you just have the dynamic island as a component right there, right? It needs to be here. Interestingly built. Interestingly built. That makes a lot of sense. You get the back and forth, back and forth. However, this one doesn't really work, but it's just a back and forth, so you could. Yeah. Do you also have animation on these? No. So much details, as always. Yeah, so yeah. You want to add too much. That's what you want to say. You want to add too much. That's why. No, yeah, you don't really have a choice, to be honest, with the amount of positioning. You don't really have a choice because you have 6 points, right? I mean, 9 points per screens for the lighting thing. So that gives you I mean, the day that Figma decides to enable you to get mouse follow, like pointer follow, we can get rid of all of these. Right, saying that we have an element that is magnetic to the cursor, or we have cursor replacement. If we get cursor replacement, you can get that to replace the cursor. The spotlight is going through everything. This is just great. Yeah, I love it. And then as always, you have the grain on top of everything. And the leaf are just, very it's really interesting because it looks like it's doing like an arch thing that's bouncing, whereas it should do the same but opposite as a leaf. But can you get that? A bit of an arch? I don't think you can. No, mine is fine. The fan is not. Getting arced or arched path is a bit complicated. I mean, the only way that you can do an arched pass would be like so. Let me see, can that work? So this is basically after a delay, right? After a delay of basically 0, you just smart animate, I guess, in and out. Let's do a 3-second for this, and then you just get these two to be not even visible. You don't need them anymore. So if I understand that correctly, I put that in frame. Let's put that at 2C. Let's make sure that these two are white. Let's see. Right? So that kind of makes sense. Shit. Then you go back. After a delay of 0, same shit. It goes back, right? So you reload the tab. Right, so you get the arch, and so next your goal is to go from here to here. And so that needs to take, if you want 4, that's like 1200 to go from here to here. Maybe 1200 is a bit much. Something doesn't work. Oh, that's me, my dumbass. It's fine. Yeah, and so 6 is not enough. So what we can do here is these two to be 1200 here. This is 1, so really weird. So what the fuck? Why is that happening? So it takes okay, so that's the general thing. So if I just do this, And then which is basically what you did, right? If I remember your file in my head right now, it's basically it. So left 0, right. It doesn't want to change, that is so weird. I mean, I kind of get it, but also I don't. Did I forget a thing as well, again? Yeah, why? I said after delay of 0. Is that... I don't understand why that doesn't just go through. Holy shit. It's so weird. Do you have any idea of why it doesn't want to do the thing that we want it to do? I get it. I get it. It... I can do that. Let me... why... Sorry, just... So not used to that. There you go. Thing is, if you get rid of the frames, right? Is it me, or is it like the first one is taking too long and the other ones are taking less time? Yeah, that's the thing. Okay, so this one is taking 1200. Okay, so my issue was because I was dumb. That's fine. That go back is not... You should just do that, basically, and then fall down. Right, like this. That's better. That's better. It still have like a bit of a stop, which I guess is what you did. You said like is in, and then this one is an is out, and then is in again, and that's the end. But then it's really, maybe I'm making a mistake and it should be the opposite. What the fuck? Yeah, maybe it should just all be ease in. No, absolutely not. That's the same shit. That makes no sense. Yeah, well, it's weird. But yeah. That's like a lot. But that could work potentially. Potentially, yeah. That doesn't work. It needs to have that rotation. Feel like if I do the same thing, right? If I center this one here, and I center this one here, that helps me to get the right type of animation. I think the ease in and out is a bit better because you have like that falling effect. However, that's better. That's better. Shit. After Figma effect, yes. That is what we do. That won't happen. I can't do that. That's pretty nice, if I do say so myself. That's a nice falling ball with a shadow. It's tiny, it's subtle, but it works. We have the movement that we needed to have. So that helps. That can work. That can work. Did you see this one? This is pretty clean. I mean, I added the shadow to help with the effect, but this is pretty simple. The thing is, they just have to have the same center. As soon as the center falling down is on another point, it just breaks. So they are just all aligned at all times with the center of the frame. And so as many as you need, right, with an ease in and out, they end up in a very high point, and then you just go back slowly. Yeah, please do. Please do, please do. The thing that I wanted to do was blur on these, but I don't think the layer blur will work through. I mean, specifically in the transition states, it's always feel like they don't go through. But it works. I'm impressed. I am impressed. You're welcome. With a shadow blur, we have a shadow blur, which makes it a bit more natural. Yeah. So the thing is, once you have this working, you can just create a component with the falling thing and then make sure that it doesn't, like, that you don't need anything else. So if I am to do this, fuck. Right? You can just have this as a main component, and then you can duplicate it and scale it, whichever. It should work. What do you mean not really normally? So if I create a component set and then add my values right here and just fall down with that thing, and then I create a new frame with no shit in it, get rid of that, and I place you here. If I start you, why? Ah, yeah, that's why. I'm a dumbass again. It's fine. It's fine. Right, so now it's like an instance. And so if I place one here, I place one here, and I use K to make it smaller. Let's use another one there. Use K to make it bigger, ish. Right. They are now synchronized. What do you mean try to animate? Oh, you mean I start this one at like frame 4 and I start this one at frame 5? Still works. I would need more frames, but it seems to be an option. This one is just falling down. So yeah, that kind of works. I think I just need more back and forth. Of course it's okay. Of course. Just let me rescale that down. But yeah, I think it needs more frames to have the entirety of the movement working. And you don't need this one. This one is just dead. Useless. Well, I mean, you can copy it if needed, but yeah, no, it seems to work. It seems to work. It's just rather than personally rather than duplicating them and then animating them at different points, I would tell you to get multiple of these. So one that starts on the right, one that starts on the left, maybe one that starts in the center, and right now I just have left, right-ish, but I would say like left, right, left, right, left, right. So I'm guessing you need the central columns to be the height of your canvas. As a total height, and then making sure that your pendulum thing is going through the same thing in a central singular motion. And then in order to give the effect of dropping to the side, I would say potentially you start with a pendulum that go like, I don't know, 25 degrees, then goes back to 20 on the other side, and then 32, and then 14, and then 40, and then 0 something. So it will look like it's just bouncing to the side to get a bit of an offset things, because you won't have the ability to move them horizontally. So or the opposite, you can have like a high pendulum thing in the beginning and then it just settle into just one thing at the bottom. But yeah, weird thing, but it works. It worked. We get balls, as always. Balls. Can I do that? Can I change these? I can. I'm impressed. Up there, yeah. Not gonna lie, I'm impressed. Didn't expect it to work. It did work though. You're welcome. Didn't do much, but shit, no, I clicked on the wrong one. Shit, I clicked on the wrong one again. No, fine. Does it work on this one? You should check, because maybe it's a thing on your side, right, where you have too much component animation going on. But I mean, you already have too much component animation going on, so if like one more, one less shouldn't change anything. You should try to just place one right there just to break everything and see if it works on the animation, on the global animation. But I don't know. So that makes it seems to be an option. So it works. It is working. It needs to not have a background and have a leaf rather than something else, but yeah. The main goal is to get your leaves in a frame that have a rotation thing, so same top and bottom, same element, and so that way you just have a center point. To get your rotation, it's a bit easier, but pretty neat. The overall animation, other than the leaf, everything is great. Can't say anything about that. Just great. Do you need that file again, or do you have everything on it so I can delete it? You tell me. Way to help, always. It's fine. Delete it. No more leaves. Nope. Stony, the home page. Have a good meeting. Have a good meeting. Thanks a lot for stopping by. I appreciate it. Stony, no working. Okay. Okay. I guess. It's not 502, yeah. Oh shit, well, that I have no battery on my mouse, which means it's time to end. It was a nice animation thingy. It's a nice animation thingy. I agree. Sorry, something happened on my Twitch landing page. I have French streamers and French streamers. I don't get it. That's not. That's not good. So, I think I will send you to Oko this time. It's been a while since we've seen them. it seems that they're outside. So yeah. Okay, and I have no battery in my mouse. It's like dying, giving me like the red dot. So I need to go. I need to raid someone. What do you mean it's going to last 3 more days? What do you mean? 3 more days of what? Oh yeah, no, it's not. It's been... it's been red. But on the Mac, and on the Mac I don't have the notification, but on the PC when it does it, it's just telling me. Anyways, I clicked the button already. So, if you enjoyed the stream, please click the follow button. I would love that, to see you pop in there at some point. I don't know. Yeah, if you wanna join the Discord, do that as well. If you want to, if you don't want to, I get it. It's fine. It's too many Discord anyways. If you are a sub, this is a raid message for subs, and if you are not a sub, this is a raid message for non-sub. If you want to support me in another way than subbing, you can go in one of these links. If you want to support me by subbing, you can do that, but do that when I'm live rather than when I'm ending. It's better for you, at least, I guess. But if you sub, you get access to all of these emotes, which are fun. Anyways, I will be back tomorrow, I think. Spartan, you arrive at the end. We are raiding, but you can join for the raid if you want to gain some points. Well, come on in. Hi, bye. I'm running out of time, so yeah, tomorrow 4:30. All that, more design. Have fun. See you soon. Bye.